At 18 minutes past 6 Central African time, we take a look at some of the stories now making headlines in the West African region of our continent. Zooming in or helping us to zoom in is our regular commentator, Dr. David Matsanga, who is a political scientist and conflict resolution. Dr. Matsanga, thank you for joining us. Where are you joining us from on this Wednesday, the 28th of January? I know you're always jet setting somewhere.
Yes, I am somewhere. The only person who said where he was, I don't know whether you are hearing me.
Yeah,
are you hearing me?
It's not coming off the studio speaker.
Am I being heard?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Thank you so much. So today we start with Ghana, or the World Health Organization. The Africa Regional Director for the body is visiting the country to discuss some health matters. He's there for the week. What is significant about the timing of the World Health Organization's Regional Director for Africa being in Ghana?
It is very important in the sense that Ghana is having what we call health care, Mahama care. Mahama care is like the one Obamacare, which was introduced in the United States of America. So his visit today in Ghana, and started on Monday, it ends, maybe it ended yesterday or it's ending today. It is a good one to give a boost to Obama's Mahama's care program that he has put, which rhymes with the World Health Organization. You are aware that the World Health Organization has been defunded, and defunded by Trump across, because he has removed the funding. So his visit is to consolidate the position of the World Health Organization among the African states, and especially in West Africa.
Another issue that is going to be under discussion is Mahama Cares. That's under the President, John Dramani Mahama. And this is Ghana's trust fund for health. So what do you make of that in terms of how this visit from the World Health Organization will make sure that it's implemented, but not just implemented, but successfully?
You know, most of the countries in Africa are changing their healthcare systems, either according to the British system of NHS or according to the American system. American government is coming to some of the African countries trying to get the health system to package the health so that tomorrow we can know exactly who is sick, who is not sick, what is going on, to do research together, to find out what can be done in advance, in preparation. As you know, most of the African countries are not prepared for any disease that could come, like a COVID-19 that came, and everybody was running for oxygen, everybody was running for cylinders, masks. We were not prepared. Africa has never been prepared for anything that could happen, like a nuclear weapon could be thrown around anywhere near African continent, and our people could die. How many African countries are prepared to take shelter out of a nuclear weapon? We don't have people in Africa who plan. Some people plan very shortly. So what has engulfed Africa is a very, very bad opposition, very bad elections, very many conflicts, so many things. We oppose almost everything, and that is where we are now. We are never prepared.
How much of this visit is going to be focusing on the actual funding when it comes to the health programs for Ghana? And if not, should it, and how much of it should?
I think I've been in Ghana. Ghana is one of my favorite countries, and that's why you see me dressed up in very powerful kitenges right from there. I can always buy them there, and if you want one, I can always give you. But let me tell you, bring one to South Africa. Ghana is well organized. Ghana's economy is well structured. Corruption is fought of all levels. Access to markets, access to money, access to programs that are already laid down. The infrastructure is already there. So we all need to inject the little resources that we have, that WHO experts who will come to give training to the nurses. You remember Ghanaian nurses are one of the biggest numbers in UK, in America, and in other places. They were the first to have these facilities, to know what exactly is supposed to be done in the medical field. So the accessibility is there. Yes.
Oh. Yes, go on. I think you were still on your point, Dr. Matsanga.
I was saying the accessibility is still there, and how much can be injected will depend on the Ghanaian budget, which means they have sourced it to put their target. There is everything. You remember across Ghana in Burkina Faso, this young man is putting each village to have an ambulance. So Ghana is also looking at certain things from one of the neighbors of the states. Each village in Burkina Faso to have at least an ambulance. Ghana is putting in, if you look at the Mahama Cares, those are some of the facilities, some of the things that have been put in the program to access funding and to get funding and then go ahead with the project.
Let's move to Ivory Coast now. Cocoa farmers in the country are struggling to sell their produce, and this industry is comprised mainly of smallholder farmers, and we already know the challenges that smallholder farmers face on the continent, especially with things like access to market. But what are the reasons that Ivory Coast cocoa farmers are now facing this battle to sell their produce?
Cocoa has been always a turmoil in the markets. People buy it at a cheaper price, sell it at a very high price. If you go to London to drink a cup of cocoa, my God, you might think that we Africans were created in a different atmosphere. We should not be even thinking the way we are. Cocoa is bought cheaply, but now the prices have gone down, Kapisa. They have collapsed. World market prices are gone. The farmers are stuck with it. The government has not been able. They have prioritized on politics. Ouattara is more focused on politics than more focused on economy. And yet this is the only cash crop that made Ivory Coast once a powerful nation on the continent of Africa. Most of you who might not have been there, for us who went there in the 70s and the 80s, we saw Ivory Coast, Abidjan, the capital city, the one that you can say the cool waters of Africa. You sit down and enjoy whatever facilities were there. This because of cocoa production. It was one of the cocoa producing countries with Ghana. But now there's nobody who has looked for these markets. Everybody is coming to pick what he can take, so the farmers are stuck home with their produce.
To Guinea-Bissau now, the military leaders there have set a date for the elections in the country as 6th of December. It seems quite far, so that would be enough time for them to allay fears, I guess, around whether these will be free and fair elections. During that time then, between now and 6th December, what do you think needs to be put in place for the military leaders to convince the rest of the world and observers that this election will be free and fair?
Another general is taking off the uniform. You see, you don't know what is going on here. Another general is taking off the uniform and come and wear civilian clothes like a Matsanga and say, I am here. You watch and see and call me back around December, God willing. I will be here and I will tell you the truth because I never tell anything that goes wrong. I have told you so many things that have come right here in our eyes. Another general is going to take off the uniform and then come and say, I'm holding an election free and fair. Remember, this was a place where the president technically just left and said, bye-bye, I'm gone. My other generals come and take over and we call it a coup. It was a questionable coup. So there, you never know. Even the former president could come back and stand for elections. They have never He has no charges. He is not being condemned by his coup who overthrew the government. They have never been condemned. He could be coming back, and don't rule him out. So another preparation for another change of cloth, not a change of policy.
As we talk of those kinds of political things, Guinea as well now, the president there, Mamadi Doumbouya, has decided to reappoint the transitional prime minister, Amadou Oriba. What do you make of this movement?
They are all conspirators. I have never believed in that guy in Guinea-Bissau. I don't like him, actually. I have got to tell you the truth. I'm sorry. That's a disclaimer from me. I'm never convinced. He's just a puppet of some Western countries. He's a puppet. He's simply doing something. If you look at the way he does his things, you can see this is a comedy. It's just more or less of a comedy. If you have read the book of The Lion and the Jewel of Lakunule, you can equate it to this general in Conakry. And I think Sekou President Sekou Touré, my great friend, Pan-Africans, must be rolling in the grave when he sees such a man leading a country that was spearheaded Pan-Africanism. Sekou Touré must be crying twice. And I think he better cries more so that we get better ways, direction. And the people flooded there to welcome a man who changed the uniform. Then why are you condemning Burkina Faso? Why do you condemn Mali? Why do you condemn Niger? At least for them, they are honest. But African Union condemns these people, then flies there to for coronation of the Elakunule, of the Lion and the Jewel. I am not myself. There are some places in Africa, my dear sister, that I don't want even to. I fly when I see the plane going there. I say, let's go this way. There's some of the places worry me as an African, and I don't know what we can do about it.
Dr. David Matsanga, will leave it there for today. Thank you so much for your insights. We'll catch up again with you next Wednesday.
Yeah, but you catch up, but I've told you, don't ever leave my Ugandan topic. It is painful that a person can use AI generated images lying to the world that he is moving from here to there when he's in one place. I think younger men grow up. We can oppose, but let's not oppose the way we are doing it.
We're completely out of time, Doctor. Let's leave it there, but thanking you once again.
Okay,
Dr.
thank
David
you very much.
Political scientist and conflict resolution analyst. Let's get our news headlines. It's 6:31 Central African Time. Good morning, Onele.